Not me crying as I'm watching a freaking crying video. I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Let me just. Your girl is going crazy. Oh, wow. So I'm behind on my videos because I realized that I really needed that time. I think it was like a month and a half where I just had to completely detach myself from anything having to do with my ex. So, hi, if you're new here, my name is Jane. I went through one of the hardest breakups I've ever gone through last year, and clearly I'm still healing from it. But I started recording and video journaling, but I took a break for a month and a half after my ex moved out. So my ex moved out at the end of December. I went back home to San Francisco to just not be in his presence as he moved out. I just don't think I could emotionally handle that. And so um I I have videos from that time, from like when I went home to Vallejo, to San Francisco. And I filmed it, but after he moved out, when I went back home to Texas from San Francisco, and not having him there was just, I don't know, just a whole flood of emotions, a little bit of like relief, of course, sadness. And I just found that as an opportunity to just like completely let go of this man. And so that meant I couldn't look at any of the photos. I couldn't look at any of the videos. I couldn't edit any of my vlogs. I just could not. I wanted to completely cut myself off. And to be honest, I almost was like, I'm done with this channel. Like, it did what it needed to do, because in the end, I did do this for myself first and foremost, and then decided to share it with the world because I recognize how much it could potentially help someone else because I was digesting this kind of content. And so to me, I felt like if I can channel my heartbreak that I'm dealing with right now to not only help myself, but maybe help someone else know that like they're not crazy when they are fine one moment and then crying the next. Like, it's all a part of the process. And I feel like we're so lucky to have social media and an outlet to share what used to be such private moments. And I know there's going to be some polarity here of like, some of this stuff should stay private. And I respect that. Not everybody is going to want to put themselves out there, and honestly not everybody's going to want to watch, but me, I'm nosy as hell. So yes, like I love to see other people's experiences. And when people opened up their world to me, I just felt like I had to pay it forward with my own personal story. And so, it's now 6 months post breakup, and I'm hoping that by the time you see this video, I have caught up with like editing all the stuff and posting it. Um, because I decided that I'm not going to give up on this channel. I think that there's still a journey here. It did start with me trying to get over my ex, but now I'm realizing that giving myself the opportunity to date and to even revisit all this content and footage that I made when I was healing. I'm still healing, but you know what I mean? Like when I was in the thick of the breakup, like I'm realizing so much about myself, like how I handled things, how I didn't handle things in the past, and seeing the growth of where I was to where I am now. Oh my God, it is night and day. Like I look at this girl who's crying in this video, and I'm just like, damn, like we did that, you know? We got through that. And it took me sitting with my pain and recognizing it, acknowledging it, and being there for myself instead of being angry at the pain, instead of lashing out, instead of hoeing it out. Like, you know, which I mean, again, do what you got to do, girl. Like, I am not here to judge, but what I'm saying is like, I've done that, been there, done that. And to me, this was the most, I feel like, healthiest way that I have healed myself from heartbreak, like pain, anything, right? Like, I realized that, I don't know if I've already said this in previous videos, but you know, if again, I don't know if you're new here or what, but I didn't even realize that like this is the first time that I've ever been dumped from a long-term relationship, right? Like, I've been dumped in situationships before. That is already like pretty common to me. But this was the first time that I was in a committed relationship where the other person broke that commitment. And it's different, right? Like, not to minimize the pain of a situationship, but it's like you're in a situationship, right? Like you haven't even gotten to the point of committing to one another. Like, with every single long-term relationship I've been in, which I've been in a lot, this was my 6th or 7th one. Woo, that's crazy. Like, I really felt I was going to marry each person that I was with. I wouldn't be committed. I wouldn't be in a committed relationship if I didn't feel like we were gonna get married. You know what I mean? But yeah, this one just like hit different because there's so much to unpack, which again, I mean, if you've been watching the videos, you already know. But I guess for me, it was like this person, my ex, had checked off so many boxes, but there was definitely a disconnect that I felt, that I'm sure he felt as well throughout the relationship, that I can't really explain. It's like there was something, I mean, I don't know, other than just us not connecting in a certain way. There was always like a hesitation there on both ends, on my end and on his end, that was kind of like inexplicable. I can't like put my finger on it, where it was like I felt like I was constantly waiting for something to shift instead of it just like already being there. So I don't know, it's just weird. It's like I thought I was going to marry this man because of the fact that you know, again, he checked off so many of the boxes, but at the same time had this weird inexplicable disconnect. And it could also just be my internal maternal whatever clock ticking, where it's just like I feel like I'm running out of time. And so I just wanted to settle down and make the best out of what I had. But then I realized that like we are not on a timeline. There's no, I mean, I guess technically females do have like a timeline in terms of when their eggs run out, right? But like, oh my God, I didn't even realize my hair is crazy. But this is real life, y'all. Yes, I woke up looking like this. That's just how it be sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so like I guess for females, like we do have that internal ticking time bomb, ticking talk. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we do have a little bit more of that pressure, that natural pressure, because of the fact that we have a expiration date, you know, on our timeline, on our offspring. But if you're like me and don't plan on having offspring anyway, it's like my main goal now in life, which used to be finding a partner. Like, I can't tell you guys how boy crazy I was for as long as I could remember. I have always been interested in boys, in the opposite sex, you know? And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like I feel like when I look back at my life, I focused on that more than actually like bettering myself. Like of course I was interested in that as well, but I feel like not as much as me wanting, like if I did want to improve myself, it was because I had the intention of finding a partner, you know? Which is wild to me to think about and wild for me to realize at the ripe age of 38, you know? Where it's like, girl, you haven't really spent time with yourself. You haven't given yourself the opportunity to even love yourself, to know how to love someone else. And I thought I had done that previous to my last ex, and I think that's why this particular uh breakup was so hard, was because I thought I had done the work. Like I was single for the longest time I've ever been single in my entire adult life. Like pretty much since I had started seriously dating, I was a monkey bar dater. I was a serial dater. So after my relationship, after the breakup, I would be on to the next. Like for a majority of my relationships, I already had somebody lined up. That's just the truth of it, you know? And for the first time, um, before my ex, I was single for a year and a half. No, no, 2.5 years, because so my last ex before this ex, we broke up in November or October of 2019. And then we didn't get together until February of 2022. So that's, sorry, 2.5 years. Wow, that's, well, that's crazy to think about. But in those 2.5 years, I really thought I was working on myself. Like I moved into this house. I focused on making this a home for myself. And I was, you know, going out, like meeting people. I mean, I guess in some ways, I don't know if I could technically call that break. I don't know if I could technically consider that entire break, that 2.5 years, to be solely about me, because admittedly, even though me and my ex were broken up for 2.5 years, he did remain my best friend for a good majority of that time until he started dating somebody else. And yeah, I would have to say that even, you know, up until maybe 2021, we were still very close. Like we were no longer romantically involved, but at the same time, it's like I also didn't really allow myself to be romantically involved with anyone, because I guess again, I thought I was working on myself, but because I had that I guess comfortability, familiarity with my ex, and so I didn't really give myself a chance, but I was still kind of focused on him. So I don't really know why I'm sharing this. I don't know if this helps anybody really, but you know, it is helping me to kind of understand that, like, yes, although I did have a 2.5 year break before my last ex, I just didn't, I can't honestly say that I put in the same work that I've been putting into myself this time around. Because this time around, I feel like I'm being so much kinder to myself. Like back then, during that break, I was very determined to, like, you know, glow up, and I did. Like 2021 was my fucking year. Like that I think, like, because when I broke up with my ex, and then I had that year like 2020 to, you know, get my life together, I feel like it really did reflect in my outer world, right? Like, I'll show you. I'll probably try to post photos here, but like I've had the most confidence I ever had. I like had the best haircut I've ever had in my life. I was in the best shape of my life. I was hanging around some really dope people in 2021. I was traveling. I was like living the life and just like manifesting this crazy dream life. But not, there's no but. Like that was a season in my life, and that was great. But like now, it's just on a whole new level, y'all. Like I am what I'm calling in my Jane 4.0 phase. Like I feel super upgraded after this breakup. Like let me tell you, breakups are like the best form of a catalyst. It will propel you to new heights that you never knew you could reach if you allow it to. You know, like think of it as like a rubber band, right? Like your breakup is like your finger pulling this rubber band, right? And that tension, that pain, the more you stretch it, the more, the more tension you have, the more pain you have. But the minute that you let go, like you could keep that tension and it's going to hurt because that stretch is not, whoo, it does not feel good. But if you allow yourself to just let go, like let's just use this as an example, like here's your breakup and you just let go. Oh, you just let go. God dang it. This is not the greatest example, but you just let go and it propels you. Like it will shoot you in a whole new direction that you like you're not going to know where it lands. You're going to be in an entirely different new place. And there's no man, I don't know. There's really no other catalyst like a loss. I've only ever experienced a loss of a loved one in a breakup capacity. I don't know how it is to lose a loved one through, death or anything like that. But like from what I've experienced, heartbreak is the strongest freaking, the strongest, what is the word? Thing that will like progress you and take you further than you have ever had before. So I don't even know where this rant was going. I kind of just blacked out, so I'm sorry if none of this really made sense, but I just wanted to kind of share with you, like, I guess why I disappeared and why I disappeared, why I'm deciding to continue on with this channel and just kind of where I'm at. And I do plan on like continuing to update you guys on where I'm at and I guess I kind of like dating tips too, because I'm learning so much from dating and allowing myself to get to know people and just like things that I've done and am doing to like get over this breakup and find myself. Like it's been such an amazing journey, and I would hate to just kind of leave y'all hanging. And it has been nice to check in and do these video journals, because sometimes I even forget, like where I was. Like I'm watching this video and I'm like, oh my God, like we've been through a lot. So that is all, y'all. Thank you so much for keeping up with me. Thank you for being here and just, again, witnessing the journey. I hope that whoever is not yet here, right, at the 6-month mark, and is still trying to get over your own current relationship, just know that it does pass if you allow it to. It really does. And I hope that you channel this pain into something positive and something that will be even better for you, because you deserve it. And the fact that you are in so much pain right now just goes to show your capacity for love. And if you're able to hurt this bad now, like there is better to come. Somebody else will come your way, I promise. It even if that just means that somebody is you, and you take this time to really love yourself. Like love yourself that deeply. Let yourself heal. Let yourself go through the pain. And I'm here with you. So happy healing. I love you. I love you so much. And I appreciate you for being here. Till the next one. Bye.